There was an earthquake this morning here in the Cebu, and this is what happened to one of the mango tree here on my side. Not my side, this is my friend's side. The mango tree, because it's very old now, break apart from the main tree. So you can see why. You see that it's really rotten inside. It's like hollow. That's why it fell over. Here I am. I just passed by the welder's house. Remember that I'm having my gate made, and this is the progress so far that they had made. So there will be two panels like this in the front of my gate. And like I said, I'm trying to copy the one that I have right now. And so you can see that it's on the making now. And next will be the curls, will be the decoration that what you see on my gate. So today is July 17, Friday, 2020. And I'm going down now to check on my fencing project on my Village Park Paradise site. So you can see there's dogs around here. And there's one of my dog there, Bruce Lee. So I got a lot of other people asking me, like I said yesterday, if Old B is a foreigner, what Old B looks like. Then I decided that when I reach 100,000 subscribers, which is now won't be long now, and thank you so much for all the subscribers. Really appreciate that. And I will be sharing our love story. So to answer all those questions about Old B, and also I think we have a unique love story. And also I will explain to you how did the processes of other things when we met. You know, how and me started our love story, and 23 years ago that is, and we're still going strong. And also to answer those questions that really what qualifies you to advise on relationships. Well, I had a very strong and happy marriage. I am now married for 23 years to the same man, and we are still very happy and going strong. So that's what makes me qualify. Now I'm not a divorcee, whatever, with multiple relationship. It's my first relationship and my first husband, and I'm gonna stay with him forever. So that's what makes me qualify to advise about relationship. So you can see they're already far there on the budget bungalow side, and I see that Junel is working. So we have a bit of progress today because he's here. So this is what they've done this morning. They transferred the tarp, transferred the mixer here, and now they start piling over here on the budget bungalow side. So this will be a good start. Then next week we will finish that side, and hopefully we can extend down now towards the bungalow side here. So this will be our, like, when we clear out all those, because as of the moment we have those blocks that's blocking the view, but you can see the progress that we're making. Because next week when we pour this side and extended that side, all those blocks will be used. So hopefully we will have good weather next week, because like you noticed, it's now raining again at dawn time. Then it will change next week. It'll be on the daytime. I hope not. Because it used to be at night, now it's dawn time, and then it will change into daytime. So from this end, we will be continuing on to the boundary to prevent all the rubbish and all this children going in and out of here. As of the moment, I cannot be that strict because it's still open. Because I don't want them to keep on going here and it's closed. They can stay on their side. Especially when we start building the houses. I can't wait for this to be all sealed off. So what I'm planning to do is all these columns that's near the bungalow or a column before the bungalow will be extended up. So I could put like a railing on the top or interlink chains, anything to bar the chucking of the rubbish that they're still doing until now. So this is gonna be ending soon because I want them to extend that column first. Here it will be more higher on this side. So it's now 11 o'clock. They will soon be stopping for lunch, but they got 1 hour to finish the mock. It's not really, it's 11:15. So you can see they have managed to take out the forms of the columns that we have poured yesterday. So the tree in here on this side and four on the half ones on this side. So right now we are now extending right to the side of the budget bungalow, but it looks, you can already imagine it, the clearer way to the clear road from here. Once all these blocks will be gone and all we go forward here for our materials, so you can see here that it all be used here, and then we start fading the dirt, then it will look like it'll be more tidier. So it will be mostly happening next week because like you can see I only had 3 workers, so I just maximize what's the most productive work that they can do. Now we're here, and then I'll extend the column starting from this column here. I'll be extended up, so from that level extended up for both, put some railings on, so I won't be seeing much of the rubbish on the other side. Going back down to my fencing project to see what they have done. I want them to pour the one behind the fence on the side of the budget bungalow, so I hope they're done that, or they'll be doing that, because I want them not to just pour dirt on it, like backing up like a retaining wall on the back of that fence near the budget bungalow. So that will be a good job if they done that. And so it's Friday today, and we are in MCQ, modified quarantine here. Well, come from ECQ, which is the hardest one, and then we are now on MCQ. The only difference is just a little lax, but still the same. So use Friday today, so Saturday tomorrow there'll be a lot of shoppers. I'll pick up some of the snacks or any food for the weekend, maybe just down the road, and then to avoid, because Sunday as well we cannot, nobody's allowed out, no stores are allowed to open because we're only in Cebu City. So it makes sense that I get some little bit of stuff just down the road, the nearest grocery, which is like the Gaisano Bakayan. I think it's only a few meters from here. Now I'm on the fencing project and see what they've done over here. So this is what they have done. When they come back, they have filed the last stop on this one, filled it up, and now they will be forming the in-between columns, and then they gone back to our work area on near my castle to get more materials like rebars, sand and gravel, and more cement, because they will be continuing here. This is now the last level, and then the next one will be the beam on top of this, and 5 columns up means like after the beam there will be half a meter extension for the columns on this side, that one. And they have one level that's not been covered, but they will do it when they pour the muck for the columns in between. They will just do that. They should also have to fill up some of this here on the top. And also another one that they're gonna do is to pour all the in between the flooring here. There, from our fence and on the back of the budget bungalow. So we will be pouring that with muck, because we will be struggling here on the side, because they have decided to have this as the shower area now. So I want the sloping cement to be on the back of my fence, so I don't have all the damp, so the water will just flow on that side, maybe in the middle, but as long as the fence side will be higher, because it's even cracking on this side now where they put the barrels of water. And also that's why I'm extending the column on this side after the beam, because to avoid all this seam, their underpants hanging there right on my fence. And I've seen the old man was having a shower there, and having a shower in that area, and start hanging his, what we call here as his bats, his underwear. So I told them it's a must that you need to pour the ones on the back. So it can dry up over the weekend. So that will prevent them from checking the right. We will continue there. Same level, 7 plus beam. But I will be extending at the other column there as well, because that will mean that it will prevent them from throwing the rubbish over. So now that they are almost done, so you can see what it looks like now while the multi-cup's not here. There. So one more file there, so there'll be another beam on the top, and then railings on the top of the beam on this side, because it's just, I don't want to be part of their untidiness in there on the back. Because if you don't have measures to prevent that, you will find that they'll continue on to their usual thing that they do, is to just throw the rubbish anywhere. So they're picking up more rebars to extend the columns and get more materials. So there you can see what the road looks like from up here in the multi-cab where it parked before. And they've taken out the forms of the columns that they have extended. So you can see it's looking good. I believe it's looking good. And someone's asking me, well, how wide is the road? Actually, most of the road is wide as 5 meters, and some areas like this one I'm standing on, because it's like trying to turn, some have 6 meters. So generally it's 5 meters wide and some areas have 6. But it's looking good as far as I'm concerned. It is. I know there's not a lot of interest about the road project because not everyone have roads. They're more interested about making the houses. But I gotta do this in order for me to avoid the problems about people using it if I don't make the boundaries defined. And also prevent them from getting used to this is mine, that's yours. And then after we fence it off, all off, right down to the boundary, then we will be starting to build the riprap, getting ready for the water tank that will be behind those trees. That will be higher there where the riprap of the slope road towards down, towards the right side. If you're coming from here, that will be a riprap on this side to make it all tidy and neat. And so on top of that riprap, which this is the right side here where the trees are, and that left the mango tree, I'll be building a kubo house there. But this is the area where I'm gonna put the tank after we have riprap it. So looking back from here, this is how it looks like. Then imagine there will be another line for beams. Then on top will be the railings. Right down to here, I suppose. 2 or 3 block face more. Like from that one, another extended column, and right here 2 more from that one, so about 7 extended columns, so I could put railings on top. Here I am. I just passed by the welder's house. Remember that I'm having my gate made, and this is the progress so far that they had made. So there will be 2 panels like this in the front of my gate. And like I said, I'm trying to copy the one that I have right now. And so you can see that it's on the making now. And next will be the curls, will be the decoration that what you see on my gate. So this is the shop that I've been showing you, that like a professional welder here in our place. And so I just leave it to him. He said he's gonna put another like a bar, that's something that will hold in through in there on the middle, because it seems to be weak, because this size of what I'm having this installed is higher than the one that I have had now in my gate, because the ones I had now in my gate is wider. So look. And so some of you who have some welding requirements, you can also, I could give you his number so you can have any quotations to be given to you. So this is one of our best welder here in our locality, and also the price is not so much, so then you can have it done in firms. And this is, he owned all this, the land that's in here, and his family, so you can easily find him. It's not just a run by, like you cannot find him anymore when it's done. So he can also repair everything that you want to be repaired, because you can also hire him for like a daily wage, because that's why he told me that if I'm gonna hire him for daily wage, his rate is 600 for 8 hours. And then also he needs his own assistant that he can order around to get the unnecessary work, like give me this, plug that one, you know what I mean? There's a helper assistant, but that is the one side of the gate that I've ordered from him. So this is the update of my gate, and then now they're making a temporary thing. His assistant is welding for bending the curls. So you can see here, that's the curls. So they are getting it ready now, and also because usually they have that bending thing too, so that his assistant is the one doing it. So that was the update of my gate order. It's done by my neighbor who is a professional welder. He used to work for a big company welding, and then he went abroad welding, and now that he's back in the Philippines, all he does now is just do his own business around the neighborhood, welding gates, anything about metals. So when he come back from abroad, that's when they able to buy those land that they're putting all their houses. They own it in front and on the back, and they even own the road. That's why when the quarries go down, they ask for toll fees to go down the side of their property towards the river. So the trucks goes down and pass through the river instead of the road, because they're not allowed to go through the bridge. So they ask for toll fees, because for them to the family of the welder accommodate that made that road there, so the trucks can go through. But they ask 20 pesos every time a truck go by. That's back and forth. So that's their little earner there, by allowing the trucks to pass through their property. Now that's what I mean, that about if better to have local craftsmen, and I know that he's a professional welder because that's what he does for a living for over 20 years, and he's even had a stint abroad just doing welding as well, so he knows what he's doing. Whereas compared to the other one that I'm looking at, is he's only been welding for 5 years, so, and it's better price for me with Danny the welder than the other one. It's a lot cheaper, so that's why I had my gate made with him. So you will soon be seeing a gate on my front when I go out to check on my projects. And I will be hiring him to do the trusses on anything metals when I'm building houses on the Village Park Paradise project. So that's the welder I'm gonna hire, because we are now agreed that he can do welding jobs for me on the daily wage basis. And also I had another person that used to work for me that on my budget bungalow. The father of my actually is a steel man, and you know, the one that makes the beams and columns of houses. So I told him that I will be hiring him when I'll be building houses, and he said, yeah, sure, I will be very happy to do so. So that's it, my lineup. And also I'll be keeping Junel, Julito, and Daloy, of course, because Daloy will be the one in charge for the mixing of muck. And so that's how I operate now. I don't want to be having the same mistake that I have been hiring rogues on the budget bungalow, because I was told that they can work good and they work faster. It's only a hoax. It's only for show for the first few weeks, and then they are stubborn as an ox. They won't listen to instructions. They want to do things their own way. So I have learned a lot of lesson on that one, and now I will be only hiring people as I need it, as like when I was building the few houses that I have done, like my castle, my guest house, and 3 other more that I have built before, and the budget bungalow. So I was quite familiar now. Actually, I'm still learning as far as I'm concerned. There's a lot to learn on this trade, and you have to consider that this is not even my profession. I'm just learning by experience. But what I'm good at is finding the resources. That most of, like the one when I was building my castle, I have all my materials purchased by me, most of it by cost. That's why I have a comment right now that the road has cost me over 300,000 pesos. Actually, you are so wrong. It's a lot less than that. You gotta remember, I only have 3 workers and I got most of my materials at cost. So having more workers and less workers got the same input, so I go for less. But I am there to supervise, so I know the time that I'm paying them is utilized. So that's what the technique. I have already been building several houses, like I said, and so I know when the worker is not working on my own interests, and I could already sense it. That was so frustrating because I had a big break from building, and then that's when my first project after the big break, a long break I mean, is the budget bungalow. And it was Deloitte who recommended my old employees, but that's bridge under the water now. Time to move on. I stuck with the people that the devil I know, Junelle and Julito. The 3 of them used to be working around my house when I need something done. But like I said, Janelle used to be having absences because when he don't want to work, nobody can force him. Even his wife can't force him. But now he seemed to be having a good tampo session from his wife. That's why he's not so much absences around, and I accommodate that. And he's now working only until Friday, 5 days a week instead of the 6 days a week, the normal, because the lad needs a couple days rest every week. So this is what we are. I'm on my way to my house, but that was the update of my gate. And what's that? Hiring a local craftsman, you're also helping the economy of the barangay or the community. And I have to say that hiring local craftsmen is one way of helping your neighbors. It's one way of helping people, is give them employment. Because like that welding, he loves doing welding. So the best thing that you could help him is to give him work for welding. And like I said, anyone who's interested to have any job quotation for metal, gates, railings, I could give you his number, or you give me the design and I'll give it to him, and then he can do the work. He said he goes as far as the south of Cebu installing gates because people come there and order the gates from him. So that's what the message for that if you want to hire him, you can hire him. I will give you his number, because this is quite the dogs here in the afternoon. That's why I slowed down on that one, and that's a cliff on the side. Now I'm already here, so it's safer. So I'm here now. I'm gonna turn off. That's enough. There was an earthquake this morning here in the Cebu, and this is what happened to one of the mango tree here on my side. Not my side, this is my friend's side. The mango tree, because it's very old now, break apart from the main tree. So you can see why. You see that it's really rotten inside. It's like hollow. That's why it fell over. So they have sprayed this mango then because they got flowers. So that's why I've been talking about, if you have land that has mango trees, because I think Mr. Turner was asking me about this. So this video will be talking about, since we're looking at this mango tree, what will happen if you have mango trees inside your land. So I have a total of 21 mango trees in all my land holdings around here, my properties. I do not spray those mango trees. So if you had a mango tree, let somebody else spray it. And after the expenses, you share the profit. Right now, the profit is divided into 5. 2 for the financer, the one that giving the money for all the expenses, the spraying, which is like 7 sprays that's needed with chemicals that they use for growing, and labor will be one part. Not labor, 2 for the worker and 1 for you. So it's divided. The profit will be divided into 5. 2 for the financer, 2 for the workers, the one that's organized and done all the work, and 1 for the landowner. And me, I only have the share of the landowner because I don't want to be fast with all of this. And see, during times like this, when your profits is already fell like that, the mango branch has fall over, the profit that's on that branch, the expense will be just nil. It's gone. But as a landowner, you got nothing to do with that. It's the financiers, because these are unexpected events. So what happened? That will be deducted from all the expenses. All the harvest now will be totaled. And if you're lucky, like sometimes during high season, which is the fiesta time, supposed to be May and June, that will be supposed to be our harvest time. And then we sprayed it again July, going for October. You know what's October? It's the All Souls Day, All Saints Day, and all the gatherings for the Christmas. So you can spray the mango again July, August, in gearing up for the December. We cannot spray it because that will kill the mango. You know what I mean? When it's like that, like yellow-green leaves. So these 2 mangoes here, and even that mango there on the corner of my road. Ayaw nagkuan na kuan! Ayaw ka maputol! I'm telling the kid not to hang himself on that rope. So that's the advantage if you're not the one spending, because during typhoons, natural disaster, when the flowers are blown off, the fruits are blown off, you have no lose. You only still got the share as a landowner. But if you're the one spending, of course, when there's no disaster that's happening, you will have your 2-part share out of the profit. Of course, your expenses will be taken out first. Whatever you spend on the chemicals and the expenses for the labor, it will be taken out first. Now, the profit, you have 2 parts on it. So that's why a lot of people invest in financing a mango spray. And usually, like me, I only allow Arlene and Julito to spray my mangoes. So it's up to the landowner who their mango sprayed. So this one is already out of my boundary, because it's my friend who owns this and this mango tree that fell over. And so is this other mango tree that she got in the middle. So that's an old mango tree, but mine is the young ones. 1, 2, 3, and 1 in there and on JT's lot. So when it becomes JT's lot, it's JT's responsibility if ever he wants it sprayed or he wants to keep it that way. Anyway, the mango will still fruit if there is hot, when it's raining and it's hot, like they called hagad. Like it also will make the mango tree bear flowers. But the thing is, you need to wrap the mangoes, the buds, in newspaper so it won't be eaten by insects and it will be saved. If it's saved from eating by insects, also when they're older, the wasps will be after it. So that's one thing that I want to convey and share with you, that if you have mango trees in your land, you can also earn from it. Not necessarily you will be the one spraying, but people will spray and work on your mango trees, and you will have the share as a landowner. Like I said, within a year, the minimum I had during those typhoon seasons, because I also experienced when there was typhoon, like 60 to 80,000 a year. But if it's high season that we don't have the disaster, and the mangoes were all saved and preserved, and we reached the high buying, over 100,000 a year just on my 21 mango trees. So sometimes I got on the other side where I'm gonna be flattening them out. That's where all my mango trees, most of them, is located. But I'm also counting before the tree in the Torners, which is now theirs, and that one on JT's lot. That's 4 there, and about another 4 here. So I got 8 on this lot alone. And in my main house, which is the castle, I got another 4 there. So it does a good subject to talk about, that if you have trees, mangoes is the one that's profitable in here, because Cebu is known for sweet mangoes. Like the Guimaras Island, that's why you have the dried mangoes. And the Guimaras Island also got that's really nice mangoes there. And so is Cebu. Mango harvesting and mango growing is one of our production here in Cebu City that we're known for. You had dried mangoes, mango juice, mango. But our mangoes are different from what you can find in your supermarket there in abroad, because our mangoes cannot stand the long storage because they have thin skin. What you have there in your supermarkets are usually the thick skin type. So they are not as sweet as our mangoes here. So that's the thing about having mango trees inside your land. You can earn from it, not necessarily as a landowner, not necessarily you'll be spending on it, but that's one thing that you can earn from it. Might be minimal because you only got, like JT here, only got 1 mango tree, but I don't think JT will be having it sprayed and people will go there and start wrapping the mangoes. He might just want to keep it like that. It's up to him. But when I used to be the owner of all of this, like 21 mangoes in total, as I'm still just leaving it for investment, less leaving the land. So I let other people spray my mangoes, so I could also earn while the land is just staying like this. So this is very unfortunate for this mango that is now only a few branches left, and the big one fell over. So hopefully it won't completely destroy the mango. So like this one, I got a baby mango in the corner of this one. That's why I'm not killing the mango tree, because mangoes is profitable. It will be earning from you. So like my earnings in the mango trees mostly pay for my property taxes, in which I will be discussing that in another video as well, so people will know about how real property taxes works here in the Philippines, and so you can also calculate how much you're paying if you have properties here in the Philippines, and how often you'll be paying those real property taxes. So that video is all about mango trees in your land. I have made the loy put the pipe that we used to put on the back of the budget bungalow for doing the markers, and cemented it in. I let him put that pipe here and also on the other end. So both of this, so the kids won't be touching it. So both of this land here will be JT's, and I'll be keeping that one there on the side. So that's JT's here. And we will have time, we will be burning more here as of the moment, because we're now nearing the side of the bungalow, in which we are now on the side of the bungalow. That's why we're just concentrating on our fence. And as you can see here now, they have done the columns, in between. Bantay! Good boy. The Bantay is trying to greet me. Yan, Bantay. Come on, come on. To greet me. So, they have done the in-between columns of the file. So that will be a good job done. And also, Junel has managed to pour the back of the fence here. So it won't. There, he pours some muck beside it, underneath. Well, we cannot continue on straight here because the water barrels are full up and we can't pull it down. So this is what they've done. So it's higher, siya ting. So it's higher on my side. So the water will go here in the middle. So it's a lot cleaner, and as you can see, it's sloping high on my side. So there will be a beam on top of this, and then I'll extend the column. So there will be like a railing on top, starting one column far from the bungalow, a column before the bungalow. Hurot tanan pila semento siyam. So we use 9.5 bags of cement today, including this one here. Nibalik di ka dito, ni kuha ka. Oh. Oh. So it's 9.5 cement today. But we are still doing what we can do on the side here, because i-hire gapon ting. So anyway, when we have this rendered, I'll be putting waterproofing in here, and you will see what I have. There's the membrane that I buy that mixed with the cement to make it waterproof. So this is like the end here of the cementing that we do. We cannot move this barrels because it's all full up with water, as they have tell upon themselves that this is now the shower area. So you can see all the hangings. I don't want to, that's why I'm making it higher, so I don't want to be seeing them having a shower.